Okay, for the first time in over a week now, getting to pepper test. I got these in the mail from gentleman on the hot pepper, biscgolf, John. And I've had these before. One of my earliest videos was one of these from my neighbor, who was told they were ghost peppers, but I knew they weren't. And then I have some plants of these. They're Caribbean Red Habaneros. This will be, although the ones that I got from my neighbor, I'm not sure entirely that they were Caribbean Reds, but they looked like them to me. This is the official first time of a full-grown. I mean, it's eyeball sized or maybe a little bigger. Well, I ended up getting a full pound of these suckers. Look at those beauties. Awesome. Over 40 of them. So, I'm gonna give them a try. So, Caribbean Red. Oh, there's another pepper growing inside of it. Look at that. Good amount of placenta on the very bottom here. See that? Pretty high seed count. Pretty sweet. Burst the key. Oh. Hot. Ooh. So yeah, a lot of seeds in there and a second pepper. Oh. Go the whole top of the tongue and the throat. Really sweet flavor. Pretty close to regular orange habanero flavor. But again, it is more passion fruit-like, definitely. Definitely a lot of the inside walls of these aren't coated with placental tissue or capsaicin like any Naga's, Sevens, or anything close to that, Scorpions. Those ones, the whole inside wall of the pepper is just slick brown membranes and way higher capsaicin than this. This is nice, hot, really strong heat, all encompassing. I really like the burn profile of this one. Roof of my mouth, I can feel underside and upside of my tongue, insides of my cheeks, back into my throat. Nice little glow, but it's not sitting hard on my stomach. Can still taste the flavor. Now if I had eaten this whole pepper, I might not be able to taste the flavor because there's a lot of the placental tissue still in there. I'll take a nibble of the one of the veins here. You see that brown? Another really sweet fruity burst. I'm warming up here. I'm feeling my forehead getting warm. A little faintly damp right up here, where my eyebrows feel a little sweating. Definitely enjoying the flavor of this one. I'm planning on making a batch of sauce out of the rest of these. Going to be a nice chunky one, like I made one out of my lemon drops. Yeah, good even burn. Right on the whole tongue. A little bit of a when I swallow. but it's not stingy like a scorpion or a brain strain would have been. And feel the heat radiating off my temples and off my forehead here. Good amount of drool. And still taste that flavor. Yeah, they're really sweet. Crisp, fresh. I've had these in my fridge for at least a couple of weeks now. Let's see, the postmark on my box was... doesn't say. But in any case, it's been a couple of weeks, I would imagine, since I got these. Nose is running. Lots of drool. I just bit into the second pepper growing in there. Check that out. Good amount of. This little tiny one growing in the center tastes different than the outside. Tastes just like the ones that I grew in my garden this year, actually. So flavor does change it, even if they are ripe at a small size. The smaller ones get definitely the flavor is different than when they're fully grown. I think maybe the veins inside are a greater percentage of the total mass, and so the flavor is altered. Definitely. Part had a little more of a pod flavor to it, similar to an annuum. I'd definitely say habaneros, not necessarily nagas or 7-pot or scorpions or anything. Those ones and fatales, those are more of their own little sub-pocket in the chinense species compared to the habanero. And I'd say habaneros are a little bit in some of their qualities as far as the flavors and pod shapes and the flesh textures. Definitely a little bit more leaning towards the annuum. And this one, really solid sweet flavor, passion fruit like, but definitely more akin to a traditional habanero flavor, a little bit sweeter than habaneros. Definitely a good solid heat level, not completely overpowering, but I definitely recommend these ones. And they got a really high seed count, so it looks like I'll be having some seeds to excuse me, share around with people next year or this year throughout the winter. I'll keep a few seeds for myself and sprout some of this particular strain of Caribbean Reds. Very nice. So, Caribbean Red Habanero. Thanks, John, for hooking me up with those. Great deal. And they're going to a good use. So, check out the Caribbean Red Habanero if you can in the future, folks, because it's a good solid upper level heat on the lower portion of the upper segment of the scale, but they still got a pretty strong kick here. Still got a good tingle all over my tongue and the roof of my mouth, sides of my tongue and underneath my tongue, back into my throat, and a good warmth panning all the way, not so much right in this region, but then right here, mid-chest, down into my stomach. I feel a good even burn, and it's not sitting rotten on my stomach. No stomach ache or sign of it, so yeah. Excellent. Caribbean Red Habaneros. Good stuff. Thanks for watching. See you later.